Today we are gonna talk about the Hermès purchases we are not so happy with. I know, shocker. We say time and time again how pre-spend, but it's okay because we love all these items. And while that is true for the most part, we were talking and I said, you know, is there one thing that you regretted? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, I don't want my essay to hear it. So I'm gonna have Elsie kind of show you guys what her biggest Hermès regret is, and then I'll let you guys know what mine is. But what's yours?
So my biggest regret is actually one of the very first things that I ever bought when I went into the boutique. Like it was my very first visit in boutique, and I think I just got swept in like all of the awesomeness that I made kind of like an impulsive purchase. I love this item. Like I think they're so chic, they're so beautiful, but I wasn't 100% familiar with like the sizing at Hermès yet, and so I like confidently tried them on without considering all of the things that come with, you know, owning leather shoes and all that kind of stuff. So let me show you what they were first. Again, I love them. I still very much wear them. I just have to be very careful about where I wear them and how long I'm wearing them for.
Okay. So it's a pair of shoes.
So it's definitely a pair of shoes. And I do like them a lot. Every time I see them, I'm like, they're so pretty. Which is why I bought them, right? Okay. But it's these, the Impact Loafer, guys. They're so pretty, okay?
So,
they're gorgeous.
Question. Do you think it's just that you got the wrong size, or you think it's just the leather and the style shoe in general for the people? Because I have some loafers on my list and now I'm kind of afraid to get loafers.
So I think mostly it's sizing.
Oh, okay.
But I also think that maybe my foot is a little wider because this toe box is very narrow.
Okay.
And now that I know more about Hermès and I watch people unbox things, they have mentioned like that a lot, like very frequently. Like the Paris loafer is one of like the most popular loafers, but people have to size up very often because of the narrow toe box, because it goes kind of like narrow in the front. And so this is kind of that way. And Hermès sizing is weird because my true size is like a 7.5, and that's kind of the size that I wear all the time, in between a 7.5 and an 8. And so a lot of the shoes that I've purchased from Hermès are at 37.5 or 38. And they fit me just fine. These are 37.5, and I wish that I would have gotten a 38 or even a 38.5.
Oh, wow.
Just because they are very tight and constricting around this area that like sometimes my toes will go numb.
Oh my gosh.
No, literally guys.
Have you tried wearing, I know, because they always say like, oh, like loosen them up a little bit, but you're like, it's beyond, I can't.
I feel like I could, like I've thought about like putting like the ice in it and like having it for, you know, I can try that. And they do get better like once you like are wearing them a little bit more, but because they hurt so much, it's hard.
You're like, I don't want to.
But
yeah, because I know some girls say like they'll put like a thick pair of socks on and walk around their house for a little bit every so often before they're gonna wear them out. But you're like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no. And the first time that I wore them, scars, blisters, blood, bloody mess. Like it hurt so bad. To the point where I couldn't handle it anymore, that I literally bent this down and wore them that way, guys. Who wears a pair of beautiful $1,000 loafers that way? Someone who's dying. I did, okay? Because they hurt so bad. But since then, I did purchase these like insoles that kind of go in the back to protect your heel, like the
I'll have to try those on
back
so
of
I know
your
what
ankle.
size to get.
And so I still wear them, but I can only wear them for like a couple hours at a time. So if I'm going somewhere really quick or just like to a party or to an event and then coming right back home, I'll put them on. But I tried wearing them to work. 8 hours is not gonna happen in these. Yes. But again, I wish that I would have known more at the time, because then I would have been like, yeah, the 37.5, because they do fit me. Like my foot goes in, you know? But I wish I would have known more, because I think I would have been more open to like trying the other sizes before I was like, yeah, go ahead and like, you know, go with it. So this, unfortunately, guys, is one of my regrets.
I get it. Okay.
But they're so cute. Look at.
They are so cute. I definitely want to try them on now. My item, and I know In the thumbnail, you saw me holding this up. This isn't actually the item. My item I was so disappointed with, so much so that I no longer have it. I have already returned it and gotten in-store credit for that I'll get to use at some time. But what item is it? It's going to be the punk ear cuff. And I don't have it with me, but I'm gonna insert a clip of me unboxing and showing it to you guys here. It's absolutely beautiful. You girls know I was really excited to add to my silver jewelry, and I love wearing ear cuffs so much, so I was really excited about it. But guys, in that video where I'm doing the unboxing, I didn't bother trying it on. I just assumed it would fit. Well, later on that night, I was really excited about it. I was showing it to my husband, and it is so tiny, it didn't fit. It didn't fit. I went back and I was like, okay, I wear ear cuffs all the time. You know, you hook them right in this small part of your ear and they hook right over. Well, it was so small that I literally, my ear was red and hot and swollen from me just like forcing and trying to get it in. I even tried to separate it. That's how desperate I was to make this $560 ear cuff work. And I just wasn't having it. I went back and looked at the website and I saw the model, and the way she was wearing it was a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. Well, if you put it up here, it fits, but it was so loose that it was just falling. Like I would literally just like do this and it would fall. And I was like, there's no way I'm wearing this ear cuff out and about, and it's not gonna,
you would lose $500 like in the first 10 seconds of wearing it.
So I
even tried it on, remember? Like I'm wearing an ear cuff. Oh, look. I'm wearing an ear cuff right now, guys. Like that's how you put them on, right? So literally it hurt so bad trying to get that. It was tiny.
It was horrible.
And I'm like, I don't have big ears. And I look at your ears and I'm like, you don't have big ears. I don't think.
It was bad. And I was so hesitant to reach out to my SA and tell him how unhappy I was with it and like initially go about the process of returning or exchanging the item, because I don't know, I didn't want to look bad, but at the same time, like I paid a lot for an item. If I'm not gonna wear it, if I don't like it, I'm gonna exchange it. And RSA is great. He totally understood. In fact, at our last visit around Mother's Day to the boutique, he was like, oh, every single one that we've sold has been returned. He was like, they are just too small, they aren't working. So that made me feel so much better, because I just didn't want to be that difficult client. I didn't want to seem like I just didn't like their item or whatever it was. I love the item. It just, I hope Hermès realizes that they need to make it a little bit bigger. I since then have shown you guys in a recent unboxing the Olymp ear cuffs in the small size that I got, and they are great. I've worn them, they stay in the ear. They're a statement earring. They don't feel like they're gonna fall. So I know technically the ear cuffs are not fine jewelry, they're fashion jewelry. And so that's kind of the caveat with that. I really wanted to, you know, put some of my pre-spend more towards fine jewelry. But guys, it just wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. And I've been so happy with my fashion jewelry Olymp ear cuff that I don't regret replacing them with those. So,
but as much as we have shopped at Hermès and spent at Hermès, like this I would say is the only thing that I really truly regret. Like everything else I feel like I can have. It's a staple and I could see myself using it for like years and years and years to come.
Yes.
So I'm happy. I'm happy it's just one thing so far.
I know, same. And I was honestly really pleasantly surprised with the customer service at Hermès, because typically you have 1 month to return or exchange an item, and I was going to be within that 1 month, but I had some personal things come up, and so I wasn't able to make it. And when I, you know, expressed this to my SA, he's like, don't worry, we'll make it right. Bring it to me as soon as you can, and we'll do the exchange or credit you then. And so I was just really grateful, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make the month. I'm gonna be stuck with this $560 ear cuff that I'm never gonna wear. And I was starting to get really upset, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. So I'm just really, really grateful that they took my situation into consideration, and they made it work. They made it right. And again, I wasn't the first one to return that item right away. So on a positive note, I have a really fun unboxing. We didn't want this whole video to be negative.
A Debbie Downer.
A Debbie Downer. So the last time we went shopping, I swung by LV And if you guys remember, and I can link, I guess, our 2025 luxury wish list video, I did mention an item that I have been wanting. And so this, I've been so patient because this has been sitting there for a while, but I really wanted to unbox it with you girls here. So this is an item from Louis Vuitton, obviously. So let's unbox it with you girls here. I'm just excited to be able to use this. They really tied her.
You really don't like
You really don't want me to get into it. I'm gonna have to just pull it. So this here is the Louis Vuitton 6-ring pouch. I mentioned wanting this in that video, like I mentioned, super sleek, super nice, compact. And one thing that the SA showed me, hold please. At first I was kind of hesitant because I'm like, okay, I have keys, but I also have my key fob. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's not gonna fit, this is gonna be too bulky. And what she showed me was she just pulled out one of the little rings, and I'll put this in here now to kind of show you how I can carry this around. Is she just pulled one out and left the key fob out, and then I can put the rest of my keys in there, so then I could just hold it like this. And so I really like this because it's just sleek. And what I also enjoy about this is there's so many times where I leave my house and I don't take a purse at all. There's this little back slit here that I could just slide my ID and debit card into perfectly, and then I can just run out the door with just this. I can grab it and go, and I don't have to worry about taking anything else, because it's like there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I just gotta go drop the kids off real quick or whatever it is. I can just grab this. It's cute, it's sleek. And if you guys saw my last one, the girls were all making fun of me. They're like, girl,
I almost wanted to burn it same day.
You need to upgrade. So I'm so glad that I got to tick this off of my wish list. I think that's so cute, and I'm so eager to put my keys on that and start using it right away. Love it.
I think it's gonna be so fun for us to hopefully at the end of the year do like a recap of our 2025 wish list.
Like what we got.
And see like how many things we were able to like kind of like knock off of our wish list.
Yes, that would be fun.
That's such a good video.
I think you and I have both been pretty good about being very intentional with our purchases and like really getting items off that wish list and not steering from it too much.
Right.
Not too much.
Not getting emotional about something and be like, oh my god, I just need to have it. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to really consider the things that I purchase because I want them to be staple things in my closet for a long time to come. Like, I'm trying not to be overly trendy with a lot of the items. But that's hard because I like some of the trends. Yeah. So I feel like we have been doing a really good job.
Yes. Yes. So we hope you enjoyed this video. It was short but sweet, but we would love to hear from you guys. What is a luxury item, or maybe any item, but specifically luxury, that you have purchased that you were really excited about, you purchased and you regret, you hate, and what did you do about it? Did you keep it? Did you give it away? Did you return it? Did you get credit for it? We would love to hear your thoughts.
Does it sit in your closet and just make you sad?
Yeah, at least I got to exchange, get my store credit. I don't know.
Oh no.
I think I'd be really upset if I had to sit with my items. So I'm really glad that I like made the decision and was like, I'm not doing this. I'm getting rid of this as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. We're Sisters in Style.